Hello everyone, welcome to another session of genetics. You know, the phenotype or external appearance of any individual, can be plant, animal or any living thing, it is mainly due to its genotype. The phenotype, it is the manifestation of the genotype of an individual, and all these characters, they are controlled by different genes present in an individual. In most cases, a single gene, it is controlling a character, but in many cases a single gene may be controlling different characters, more than one characters, and sometimes more than one genes will be involved in a single character. This epistasis, it is an example for such an inheritance in which two genes are involved in a character. It is the interaction of two genes wherein one gene will suppress or it will modify the expression of another gene. And these two genes have its own function, and one gene, it is known as the epistatic gene. That gene will inhibit or modify the expression of the other gene, whereas the hypostatic gene, that is the gene which is being suppressed. And based on the genotype of, or based on the condition of the epistatic gene, you can have two different types of epistasis. First one is a recessive epistasis, wherein the recessive condition of the epistatic gene will suppress the hypostatic gene. Whereas in the second case, that is the recessive epistasis, wherein the recessive condition of the epistatic gene will suppress the expression of the hypostatic gene. Now let us see how this recessive epistasis is functioning. The typical example for such an inheritance, it is coat color in mice. You might have seen mice, and these mices, they can have different colors, and this color, it is based on the type of inheritance it is showing. You might have seen mice having this color, and this color, it is a grayish color which is known as agouti, and the dominant gene A, it is responsible for such a phenotype, and the dominant means it can be both the both alleles can be in dominant, dominant condition, or it can be in heterozygous condition. In both cases, the color will be agouti. The recessive condition of the same gene will produce black coat color, and the recessive condition will be having only one genotype, that is small a, small a. Then if the epistatic gene, here the epistatic gene, it is denoted as small b, small b. If the epistatic gene, it is in the recessive condition, that is small b, small b. See this inheritance, it is recessive epistasis. So the recessive condition of the epistatic gene will suppress the expression of the hypostatic gene. So here the condition of the hypostatic gene is not at all considered. Here we are considering whether the epistatic gene is in recessive condition. If it is in recessive condition, A will not be expressed and there won't be any coloration, and that phenotype, it is known as white color or albino. Now let us consider a cross between an agouti and an albino. And here the agouti, it is double dominant. Both A and B are in dominant condition, whereas the albino, it is small a, and small b, small b. And the gametes produced by this agouti phenotype, it is only one type, and that is capital A, capital A. And the gametes produced by this albino, it is also one type, that is small a, small b. Now the F1, or the after fertilization, you will get a condition, that is capital A, capital B, small b. And what can be the phenotype? Definitely it will be agouti. Now let us cross such two agouti mice. Let us see what is going to happen. See, you are going to cross two double heterozygous agouti mice. So here the genotype is capital A, small a, and capital B, small b. You are crossing two similar agouti mice. Here you can see these mice can produce four different types of gametes. That is capital A, capital A, capital A, small b, small a, capital B, and small a, small b. Similar types of gametes will be produced by the other parent also. So both these mice, they are of the same genotype and they are producing the same type of gametes. Now let us see what are the different possible offsprings from these two parents. Now let us draw a checkerboard with all the gametes. The top one is from one parent and this one, it is from the other parent. Now let us do the crossing and find the combination. So here you can see the first one, the genotype is capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, because the genotypes, the gametes produced by these two parents are same, that is capital A, capital B, and hence the genotype will be capital A, and capital B, capital B. What can be the phenotype? Definitely it should be agouti. Okay, so agouti is produced. Then second one, here the gametes are capital A, small b. Here it is again capital A, small b. What can be the genotype? It is capital A, capital B, small b. And the phenotype will be agouti. Similarly, we will write all the genotypes and the corresponding phenotypes are like this. Let us count all these phenotypes. First of all, we will count the number of agouti phenotypes. Out of the 16 you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 out of the 16 phenotypes, they are of the agouti phenotype, and 4 out of the 16 they are albino, and finally 3 are black. So agouti 9, black 3 and albino 4. The phenotypic ratio of this recessive epistasis is 9 agouti, 3 black and 4 albino. If you closely observe the ratio, you can see that this is a modification of dihybrid cross, where the ratio is 12. So 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. What is this 9 here? 9 means both genes are dominant. Here also this inheritance is by 2 genes. In dihybrid cross also there are 2 genes. So in dihybrid that 9 ratio is of the both dominant conditions. Both genes are dominant. So here if both the genes are dominant, then the phenotype will be agouti, because the second gene is also dominant. If the second gene is dominant, that is the epistatic gene, if it is dominant, then the hypostatic gene will be expressed. And if the hypostatic gene is dominant, second gene is also dominant. So both the genes are dominant, hence 9 out of these 16 will be agouti. In the dihybrid cross, the ratio 3 means the first gene will be dominant and the second gene will be recessive. That means here the first gene is A and the second gene B is recessive. B recessive means A will not be expressed. That means the phenotype will be white. So here 3 white. Here it is 4. We will have one more. Then the second 3 in the double dihybrid cross is the first gene will be recessive and the second gene will be dominant. So here if the second gene is dominant and the first gene is recessive, second gene dominant means A will be expressed and that A is in recessive condition. So if A is recessive, the color will be black. So the second 3 here it is black and the ratio is 3. And the last one, that 1 means both the genes are in recessive condition. Both the genes are in recessive condition means the second gene is also recessive. That means the first gene, that is the hypostatic gene, will not be expressed. That means the color will be white, that is albino. So that 1 is also albino. So altogether, previously we have seen 3 albinos and here 1 more. So the number of albino will be 4. So you can see that the ratio, this epistatic ratio, recessive epistatic ratio is a simple modification of the dihybrid cross. So that is about recessive epistasis, that is shown by inheritance of skin color in mice. So that's all for now. See you in another session. Till then, goodbye.